Hello, welcome to this new episode of Bachpan ke Pitare Se. March has already started. February we celebrated love. March, I'm sure all of you know that we celebrate womanhood, being a woman. There is this poem that I read recently and I instantly fell in love with it. And I couldn't resist my temptation to share it with you all. A beautiful poem, Breathe. She sat at the back and they said she was shy. She led from the front and they hated her pride. They asked her advice and then questioned her guidance. They branded her loud, then were shocked by her silence. When she shared no ambition, they said it was sad. So she told them her dream, and they said she was mad. They told her they would listen, then covered their ears and gave her a hug, whilst they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her to be, best as she could. But one day she asked what was best for herself, instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest and stood with the trees, and she heard the wind whisper and dance with the leaves. And she spoke to the willow, the elm and the pine, and she told them what she had been told time after time. She told them she never felt nearly enough. She was either too little or far too much, too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too weak, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek. Then she found a small clearing surrounded by fern, and she stopped and she heard what the trees said to her. And she sat there for hours, not wanting to leave, for the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe. For the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe. Let her breathe. Isn't it so beautiful, so needful, so apt? This poem, the beautiful poem, has been penned by Becky Hemsley. And I feel that she has captured the essence of our lives, our struggles, so beautifully, so well. Breathing space is all we need. And standing up for ourselves. My life has taught me that if I don't stand for myself, nobody else would. And if I stand for myself, this is what my children will also learn to do for themselves. And maybe somewhere, someone will also learn, have the courage to stand for himself or herself. It's high time we identify our strengths and stand for each other, being fellow women. This is a loud shout out to all the women who have been a part in my journey. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey and helping me to find out myself. I'm sure this poem will connect with you also. Do send me a message and let me know how could this poem connect with you. What does this poem remind you of? Wishing you a lot of love. All the best in your life. Stay happy, stay safe, and love yourself. That's all for this episode. I'll come back with a new episode. And yes, of course, this month we will be having a lot of conversations. Stay tuned. Keep listening to Bachpan Ke Pitare Se. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.